Howdy folks, this is the Saturday morning shave for me, and the soap of the day is from the Shave Master General. This is Hot Apple Pie. And this is what the soap looks like on the inside. You can push your finger in it, doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Still pretty firm soap though. And yes, it smells just like a hot apple pie. Sure does. It smells great. I'm going to follow the shave up with a aftershave sample from Stirling, and it is Red Delicious. And I do have alum block, plate with a rubber band, Humphreys witch hazel. I have it whipped up here, synthetic knot. That's what the brush looks like, the handle that is. Got it whipped up here in a bowl with grooves in the bottom from the shaving place. Shaver of the day, it's been sitting over here waiting. Got a gem single edge razor, and it has a PAL blue carbon in it. Let's see if I can. Don't know if you'll be able to see a whole lot in there. I can get the glare off of there. I like using these shavers. For me, they give me some pretty smooth shaves. Before taking a hot towel to the face, bloom water, SMG Shave Master General. That's Jonathan Robinoff's line of soaps, and he also has bar soap if you're looking for the matching scent. He just started this line of soap here recently, and he also has a honing service, and he's offering up some vintage straight razors also, if you're interested in looking for something like that. Yeah, this is pretty creamy stuff. I don't know, sometimes I wonder how easy it is to see how creamy this soap is on the camera. I know some videos when I watch them, it comes through pretty clear. My camera is old. It is a actual video camera, and I think it's about 5 years old, so when it comes to electronics, that's pretty old. Thinking maybe somewhere next year I'll get a new one. Of course, that may reveal too much detail of what this looks like, huh? Go ahead and get started with the first pass here. I will tell you that the difference in between this blade, this PAL blue carbon, versus that the treat that I also use, which is stainless steel, you will get a different shave feel. In other words, the two of them don't shave the same way. And you can usually find treat blades on eBay pretty easy. If I remember right, I think I remember seeing them on Amazon. In other words, you know, Amazon being the one that a lot of people use to do online shopping or whatnot. Somebody else is awake. I don't know that I could describe the different shave feel outside the fact that it does feel like on the blue carbon. It feels on the first shave, it feels a bit more edgier. then maybe the second shave with the same blade. At least that's my opinion. And that might be a reason why some people maybe didn't think they got a very good shave, because of the way it feels with a blue carbon or a carbon blade versus stainless steel. Price wise, you know, you have to, it's best to do, how you say, a comparison, especially on eBay. In my opinion, eBay is one of those easier places to get an idea, where they comes in packs of 5s or 10, and whether you buy them in bulk, in other words 25 or something like that. Do your price comparison, you know, get your calculator out, do some number crunching, because just because you get 25 blades, sometimes it doesn't always mean you get the best price. You kind of have to, in other words, watch your vendor, because he might be offering the same thing regardless if you only buy 5 versus 25, where other vendors on eBay, you buy in bulk and you'll see a price reduction. Not just eBay though, you have the same thing on Amazon. You just have to pay attention to your numbers, shop around, do a little bit of research before you buy. You could always go to try a blade also, if you're just trying out a few to figure out which ones you might like. I haven't had a single edge razor yet give me a shave that wasn't too terribly smooth. Always got good shaves, in other words, with them, at least in my opinion. If I was to suggest a blade to start with, it'd be a stainless steel, which treat's pretty easy to find on the web. I think maybe I'll need to do that too, because I don't hear much about it, and I think I mentioned in another video, I have some Dorco single edge blades. I think I need to break those out and kind of give my opinion on how those feel. I think they're stainless steel. I'll have to look at them again. Do get some feedback out of this gem. Considering how old this razor is, that's some pretty handy dandy work there on that handle. It's pretty nice. I know some folks are still coming out with their new single edge razors. It'd be interesting to see somebody come out with that kind of detailed work. Figure they did it out, you know, that far back. You know, we should be able to do it nowadays, especially with the technology we have nowadays. Wouldn't think it'd be too tough. To me, it's just easy, smooth shaving. Just a little bit different shave feel with a blue carbon versus stainless steel. Soap, of course, is doing just great. This stuff's pretty slick. It's kind of fitting, I guess, at least in our family, this time of the year, whether it's a hot apple pie or cobbler and ice cream. That's pretty good, pretty good dessert. This weekend is my wife's birthday. But she likes German chocolate cake. So I think that's what we're having. I prefer pie. To me, pie just tastes better. But she likes German chocolate. Matter of fact, I think she passed on that gene to our kids as goes for chocolate. I'm not quite the chocolate fan. Pass number 3, against the grain. If you're wondering what I'm doing over here on this side over here, I have a warm mug of water that I usually warm my blade up with, as well as soak my brush in. It is an older mug. It's pretty thick ceramic. Don't know if you can hear that, but that's quite a bit of feedback down through there. I kind of like that. Guess you might say you definitely know that you're catching something with this kind of feedback. I do find also with a single edge that it's best to do a certain amount of stretching. To me, you'll get a better shave if you do. That's just my experience. And if you're wondering how I know how far to to go underneath there, I go by shave feel. I can usually tell by how the blade feels when it gets closer and closer, and there's a point where you can, for me, I can tell the difference when I'm getting plenty close enough. At least to me. It's not the easiest to see underneath all that. Yeah, I'd have to say that's pretty close. To me, my experience, I don't have to work very hard to get a close shave with a single edge razor, especially a Gem, Star, Ever Ready. Yeah, you don't have to work very hard at it. That's a pretty close shave. Just easy 3-pass shave. Certain amount of stretching. Good quality soap. No nicks. Yeah, that's pretty close. Let's see what the alum block has to say. Right about there. Not a whole lot of stinging. And considering no more stinging what that is, pretty good shave. What I usually do with my alum block is I dry it off on the towel and I stick it right back in its plastic container. And so far I have not had any ill effect by doing that. Maybe down towards the end it might show something, but as long as I've been doing it and haven't seen anything, I'm thinking I'm good to go on that. Witch hazel. To me, the combination between the alum block and the witch hazel works best for me. I don't feel, if I was used just one, I would say that the witch hazel would be the one I would go with. For me, the alum block really feels like it dries out my face quite a bit, and in my opinion it kind of defeats the moisturizing properties or the post-shave feel, where you feel your face is really doesn't feel dry. It's moisturized after you get done shaving with your soap. Then you use the alum block, and for me it just really dries out my face, it feels like. And if I follow it up with the witch hazel, my face doesn't feel that way. That's just my experience. I'm sure others have a much different experience. But if I was just to choose one, if somebody was just wondering about it, yeah, I'd choose the witch hazel over the alum block if I was just going to use the one. I've had this sample for a moment. I have tried it once before, this Stirling Red Delicious. Last time I definitely, I mean, the scent is right on, spot on, as it goes for being Red Delicious. Smells great. That's the reason why I'm kind of glad Jonathan came out with this. It's, in other words, you get an aftershave and then go with more than one of the soaps. Smells great. I'll show you here in just a moment. This sample bottle is, I don't have very many, I usually don't order very many sample aftershaves. And this particular one, it comes in, I think it's 0.5 milliliters. I think that's what it's trying to say. Let's see. That's what your restrictor looks like. So in other words, you don't have a great big old hole where your sample is going to dump out all at one time or anything like that. And got these where he had them on sale, so I bought several at one time, along with some beard oil / pre-shave. And I still have quite a bit of the sample left. It's a nice restrictor, for especially for a sample. That way you don't have half your sample dump out at one time. Just a thing of mine. Sometimes on larger bottles I don't mind a larger restrictor, but on a sample like that, having such a small restrictor, that's a pretty good idea. Show you what the blade looks like. Really like this razor. I have quite a few of these. They're one of my favorite shavers. For as old as these things are, these razors, and still give great shaves, to me it's worth the money. But it's not for everyone, because I know not everybody enjoys a single edge razor. There it is. Like I say, the biggest difference in my opinion is the stainless steel blade. Doesn't feel quite as edgy as a carbon steel. Guess I better find out what's going on there. Everybody, I hope everybody stays safe, cool, smooth shaves to you until next time.